What's going on, everybody? Just wanted to make a quick little video coming at you for a couple of tips or things to do when you're starting with lifting in the gym and trying to get into fitness and moving and all that, or for people that are pretty seasoned lifters, just to kind of reevaluate, right? So the tips that I'll be giving you are 4 main exercises, the big 4 and a 5th one, to develop off of, right? The basis for pretty much all exercise and all exercises, right? So the 4 big ones are going to be squat pattern, lower body squat, lower body hinge, bending at the hips, upper body press, some type of push movement, and an upper body row, right? So these are going to be pretty much what most accessory exercises are derived off of, and these 4 are really going to be the main 4 to focus on if you're trying to just build strength, mass, stability, function, no matter what sport it is, what your goals are, and who you are. These 4, stick to them. 5th one I threw in there is the plank, just to work on core stability and see how well you can brace yourself in a neutral position, right? So starting with the squat, I'm going to give a few tips and pointers with each exercise. Nothing too crazy, not too in-depth, because they can get very involved and specific to each person and picking apart little things and all that. So I'm just going to come at you and give a few tips on each. So first, starting with the squat, right? One way you can start with it to progress it is just a bodyweight squat. I use all these exercises while I'm coaching my clients. I'll start people off with these exercises and just see how they move to get a basis of everything. And then go from there to see what I can do and what you know, everything, how everything fits into place from there. So for the squat, start with the arms out, bodyweight squat, just squat down, right? Then from there, work on foot placement, knee placement if your foot and ankles cave, whether they pronate or supinate, whether your knees cave or knees are too far outside of your feet, keeping them nice and neutral right over your feet, how your hips move, if you have a little dip at the end, right? And if you can keep your entire spine straight and your back flat and brace your core properly while breathing properly, right? So a little inhale on the way down, hold your breath slightly, and then exhale on the way up. Right, so number 2 is going to be the hinge. This is going to develop your ability to get in and out of your hips while bending at the hips, maintaining a flat, neutral back, and being able to pick things up, really progressing to a deadlift to pick things up off the floor safely and efficiently, right? So this is going to be something that's going to give you the ability to learn how to use your hamstrings properly and your glutes. I would not recommend going into a deadlift when you start lifting, or even an RDL when you start lifting. I would say to perfect this movement, just to know how to functionally turn on your hamstrings and your glutes and move at the hips to prep to pick things up and put them down, right, properly. Number 3 is going to be the press. I like to start people with some type of push-up. If it's too hard and they can't do a push-up, I'll elevate them on a box or a bench or something to take a little bit of load off, get them to move their body weight, feel it, adjust their core, make sure everything's neutral, everything's in the right place, you know, they're moving right, and then work from there, progressing them to a dumbbell bench, and then eventually some type of barbell bench, and then, you know, mixing in overhead stuff, single arm overhead stuff, depending on the person, if they have impingements, the proper mobility to go overhead and stuff like that. The 4th one is going to be a row. I like to start people off with a Trx row or a ring row variation. This gives them the ability to learn how to brace themselves while maintaining a neutral core and neutral, you know, flat body, flat back. And there's no load on top of them, right? They're not experiencing any load or pulling any load. It's strictly body weight, and they can freely adjust the angle at which they're pulling themselves up at with the bands to make it harder or easier on them to see where they're at. And then this is a great basis to teach them a bilateral movement with both arms at the same time, moving properly and rowing properly to then progress into some type of dumbbell row or a barbell row with 2 arms, or you know, a bunch of different row variations into pull-ups and stuff like that. Yeah, and then the plank I love to see where the person is at with core strength and proper stability to translate into all these movements and how they move, right? Even running and walking throughout the day, you need a proper spine, proper bracing of the spine, proper core control, and everything like that for movement patterns. This translates into the squat, keeping a neutral spine into the hinge pattern for deadlifting, into a press, and then into a row. right? So these are going to be 4 main things with the little 5th one added on there that you should be looking for and developing for yourself when you start lifting before you really get into anything else, right? This is going to give you the most ability to grow, to get stronger, to build more stability, and to do this efficiently and safely. Learning how to move properly in all of these aspects, the 4 aspects, right? 2 upper, 2 lower. Thanks guys, thanks for watching. Please like, share the video with whoever you feel like it's necessary to. If someone needs help, I'd love to hear you guys, your comments. I'd love to get some feedback. I would love it if any one of you would hit me up. Shoot me a message if you have any questions, let me know. I'd love to help you and go from there and see if we can help you with your movement patterns as well. Thank you. Thanks for watching.